What's up, YouTube? It's your girl that's Isis in the building, back with another YouTube video, especially another Job Corps video. So today we're just gonna talk about my experience coming on center, and we're just gonna talk about how I feel about my third day in quarantine. Then I'm gonna show you guys what the room looked like and how I decorated the room, because before it was not up to my standards. So you already know your girl had to tweak it up a bit, because you already know I'm unique. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Like, comment, and definitely subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. So first things first, we're gonna get into my experience, and then afterwards, afterwards I'm gonna just show you guys the room and what my dorm look like. I'm quarantined, so obviously, yes, I'm gonna be by myself and stuff like that. All right, so my experience when I first uploaded that video, when I was like, what's up, YouTube? When I was like that, I was excited, nervous to leave. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even record like me even traveling and go to the airport. It was just a lot of stuff going on, especially with things that was getting rushed, like my family. My dad had to go to work. It was a lot of stuff, so my dad's friend had to actually take me and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dang, why I can't even see like most of my family or whatever. So boom, but I did call them when I touched down. So I was waiting in the airport because I went to the Albany airport because I'm from Massachusetts. So we had to drive to the Albany airport, and basically, like, oh, hold on. Yeah, we had to drive to the Albany airport, and then afterwards, when I was at the Albany airport, this girl, she was like really rude. When you have to take off, like, listen, like, this is my first time taking a plane, so I had to take off my shoes, I had to take off my jacket, I had to take off basically everything, like, you know, keep my shirt on, keep my pants on, but I had to take off everything that I had to go check my bags to see if it weighed 50 pounds or so. It was just a lot. I couldn't even really record like what I wanted to record because everything was so fast paced, and it was just like, you gotta get this going, you gotta get it going, you have to get it going. So I was just like, all right, fine, whatever. I'm just not record, even though I want to record for my peoples, the ones that's going to Job Corps or whatever. I just wanted to record for you guys, but apparently I couldn't. So then this girl was like really rude. You need, definitely, you guys, bring an ID. Bring in any sorts of type of ID when you're about to get on a plane. Don't forget that, or they will not let you on that plane, or they would not even let you even further than getting checked out to see if you bring in a gun or you have anything that's against the law. You're not getting past without an ID. Make sure you bring an ID, because I bring an ID. It clearly says that when you get your ticket, so make sure you just bring an ID. And just please don't forget that. Don't forget to bring an ID. Yeah, so like my experience with the Albany airport, I was still excited, I was scared, nervous. It was a lot of like emotions that was running through my head at the moment. So I was just like, okay, fine, that's cool. Next thing you know, my plane comes, and oh wait, no, let me tell you guys, I met like this lit lady. She's from Detroit. I met her at the Albany airport. She's mad lit. She's just like, yeah, they know better not to give me attitude. They know me. I damn for sure don't even want to work this 8-hour shift. I feel like walking the fuck out. I was like, yo, for real. I was like, yeah, I feel you. When I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, I used to work like 11-hour shifts damn near every single day. So I know what you're talking about, but plus freaking 8. But plus 3 hours from 8 hours. But yeah, So she was kind of lit, kind of cool, bring up my spirit a little bit, because that girl was just really, really rude. Like, but you have to go through like a lot of stuff, a lot of obstacles, a lot of stuff. Being that that was my first time, I really didn't like know what was going on. I feel like that's normal. That's definitely normal. I feel like it's normal. I didn't really know what was going on, so you have to just go through like a lot of kind of like obstacles that just like basically you have to go like through this big tube, raise your hands up, and then kind of it'll just scan you, seeing that if you have anything like illegal or anything. But yeah, my plane comes. The plane was really, really tight. Like, honestly, I felt like buying out 2 seats. When you have thick thighs and when you have like bigger hips and everything, it's really tight. And like literally it was that bad that I had to put my blue coat in between the handle and my thigh, so when it hurt my thigh. Boom. And it was hurting a little bit. Like, I felt like okay, so it was 2 hours to get to Chicago, and it was 2 hours to get to Chicago, and like, I mean, the plane site was really nice. I mean, the window seat, I had the window seat, so make sure you guys sit where you guys are assigned, and you will definitely see that on your ticket. It will say seat like 37A or seat 27A or seat 18. So definitely sit where you're supposed to sit, because if not, then they will move you. So definitely just save all the trouble and just sit where you're supposed to sit, where you're assigned. So I definitely got confused the first time, and the lady, she was being rude again. I don't know why these black people always gotta get crazy sometimes. Like, damn, this is my first time taking a plane. Like, why y'all acting like that? And then I was mad already. I was mad when like mad people, when like so many people came at me crazy. I'm just like, why are you coming at me crazy? Like, why are you coming at me crazy? If I didn't have nowhere to be, and if I didn't have business to take care of, getting all the way to Oregon, I would have popped off. I would have came at her life. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to put this aside, and I got business to take care of. I got dental assistant things to be doing right now. Not dealing with you. Not dealing with you at all. Because if I had nothing to live for, I'll be paying attention to you. But obviously, I got something to live for. And I don't really care if she sees this video either. Girl, you was something else. But yeah, she was like a rude, like, older lady with a shortcut hair or whatever. And she was on an Albany airport. She was on an Albany plane. And I mean, on a plane, they serve you snacks. They serve you like, not like good, they actually, it's kind of good snacks. They have like cookies or whatever, but it only comes in 2 in a pack. Like, you might as well just give me all the cookies you got, because what is 2 cookies gonna do? That ain't filling me, but it's a snack for a reason. So yeah, like, they give you like good cookies. They're really good. Then they give you like a small water with cup of water with ice in it. Then you get to pour the water in it, or they pour the water in for you. And that was cool or whatever. It was still tight. I mean, it was 2 hours, so it wasn't that bad. Now, when I get to Chicago, oh my goodness, it was like, I was trying to find, like, basically, like, I was trying to find, like, where was I supposed to go? I was using all my resources. And yes, you guys, when you guys go out to Job Corps, or like when you guys go somewhere, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for directions. Do not be afraid, because 9 times out of 10, they will help you. And if they can't help you, go to the next resource that you think that will help you, because it'll get you somewhere, instead of like missing your flight, missing your bus, or missing a stop, or missing something. Use your resources. Definitely use your resources, especially not people that's on the go, but people that's working there. Use the people that work there, because they'll definitely 10 times out of 10 lead you to the right place, because they're used to that every single day. They're used to that every single day. They're used to that every single day. That's like going to McDonald's and asking, oh, what's on the double cheeseburger? Oh, I can tell you everything that's on a double cheeseburger. Salt, ketchup, mustard, cheese, double patty, and yeah, anything else that you need to know. So basically use the people that work there, because they will definitely lead you to where you need to be. And oh, my light turned off. Yeah, definitely use those resources, you guys. This is my back scratcher, by the way. Ooh. But yeah, use your resources. And yeah, it was kind of hard for me, not even gonna lie. It was kind of hard for me a little bit, but then I kind of got used to it when I was like, oh, like I was just like asking questions like, do you know where K3 is? Do you know where K3 is? Hi, excuse me, do you know where K3 is? Go watch my other YouTube video to get more information on like what I was doing in order to do this story time on my experience, because y'all already know if y'all seen it already. I posted it already, so definitely go check it out. But yeah, like I was asking my resources and kind of just checking things out. Hi. Oh, it's Patty. Hello.
Hi. Okay, so this is your, it's your privilege card and your ID card, okay?
Okay.
All right. And this is a lanyard for you, for that. And here's your career plan. Oh, here's your copy of your evaluation.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is your career plan. I need you to sign it, and you're signing right there on the top.
Okay. I don't want the door to close on you.
Okay, that's
There
all
you
right.
go.
So I don't want to freeze you out either.
It's okay.
I imagine you're kind of used to that being from New York.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm from Massachusetts.
Well, Massachusetts, are you?
A lot of
You
people
don't have, how come you don't have a Boston accent?
a Boston accent.
Yeah.
I'm from do I sound like I'm from New York?
No.
No, like I'm from like a small town like Pittsfield, so like I don't know, I feel like I have like a regular kind of like accent.
You have an accent like we do. I mean,
Yeah.
you sound like us.
Yeah. We're like country a little bit, right?
Well, is that what that is?
I don't know, a little bit, kind
I
of.
have no idea.
A
But you
little
don't
bit.
sound, I don't hear anything southern in you.
Mhm.
I don't hear anything Boston about you.
Right.
You know, so it's just kind of, or even Eastern. Like the
Eastern.
Bronx or, you know, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So,
I don't know. I come from a small town called Pittsfield, Massachusetts. It's like really, really small. I guess it's just like Astoria, but like we don't really have much of an accent though. I don't think so.
yeah.
We all sound the same.
Well, that's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're hard to pin down, my dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will see you later.
So actually, I'm a bronze. So
You
like,
are bronze.
so I can work my way up to
Yes, you
silver
can.
next?
You can, as soon as you get out of here, you can get a leadership in your dorm.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay.
I like the photo though.
Yeah, you took a good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are we ever able to make a new one?
No.
No.
You're gonna have to live with that one.
We're gonna have to live with it. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta live with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Zainaja. You have a great weekend, okay?
You as well.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, you guys. So, y'all want to see my picture? My photo ID? Alright, so my photo ID. Which one do I want to show? You ready? 3, 2, 1. Bam! So make sure when you definitely go to Job Corps as well, make sure you get all pretty petite up, because it was like 11 o'clock at night for me. And trust me, your girl was tired. And they made me take a picture already. But yeah, definitely get all petite up, look nice, look cute, and this is gonna stay with you forever, just like what Patty said. So yeah, she said I don't even have an accent. She said I don't even sound like I'm from the Bronx. Well, I'm not from the Bronx. Look, I'm from Massachusetts. But yeah, I'm from Massachusetts. But anyways, what was I even talking about? I think I was talking about yeah, I think I was just talking about yeah, I was just talking about how I went to Chicago and yeah, so definitely use your resources when you go anywhere far, anywhere away from your state. Yes, definitely use your resources because that will help you. And so when I went to Chicago, there was a lot of black people, by the way. It was a lot of black people. You know, Chicago's the ghetto a little bit, but I mean, I was fine with it. So yeah, and imagine in that airport, it was better than the Albany airport because they had nail shop, massage spots, so many food places, a bartender, everything there. They had anything that you wanted there, but gift shop as well, but it's way too expensive. That's where they be making their money. That's where they be making their money. I ain't knocking them, but I ain't definitely paying y'all like damn near. I had to pay at the Albany airport $40 for a phone charger. $40 for a phone charger when I could have got it at my hometown for damn near like half as much. $20 or even $15. Go get me a Five Below charger for $5, okay? But other than that, that's the only thing I bought because I felt like that was a necessity and I felt like I couldn't, my other charger broke on me, so that's what I definitely needed to get, and I got me one. But when I got on the Chicago plane, it was about like damn near like, it was about damn near like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, boom. And that plane was like nice. It was cool when I sat down, yeah. And not to mention, I met these nice couple that's from Oregon, and they traveled all the way to Israel. And they met me. They thought I was cool. We was talking the whole way down. And like, yeah, we was just cool. We was just chilling, kicking it or whatever. These two old people. I was just like, all right, shoot. Met some new friends, and these dudes in the back was all looking at me and shit. I'm just like, why are y'all looking at me? Like, what the fuck? I didn't know if they want to talk to me or what. But they was staring at me for hot. Hi, how are you? Good. They were staring at me for like a hot minute, and oh yeah, not to mention people do knock to check on you like every 30 minutes, which is kind of, and it kind of could get annoying a little bit. But yeah, not to mention I feel like I'm going everywhere in this video. I say this in all my videos because I feel like I am going everywhere in this video. But yeah, like I felt like that trip in Chicago just took long. It was long. It was nice, luxury, a little tight, 3-seater. They had good snacks, good food. It was a little bit bigger, but still a little bit tight. It was just long. I felt like it was torture. Like, I felt like it took like so many hours just to get somewhere. I'm just like, isn't plane supposed to get you there faster than my boyfriend? Then my boyfriend was like, oh, okay, I'm traveling. He was like, oh, okay, well, I'm traveling from the Brooklyn to Queens, Rosedale to traveling from Queens. Boom, that takes like an hour or some much. He got there before me. Alright, so basically the whole entire trip, it was kind of like long. It was like really long. I was sleeping throughout some of it. It was just really stressful after I got done talking to the couple and us having a good time while sitting there. But it just took longer than what I expected. I was getting impatient. My back was hurting. My head was hurting. Everything was like literally hurting me, and I just wanted to get off the plane. So then you guys gotta imagine that I'm 3 hours behind when I touched down in Portland, Oregon. So when it was 8:11 for me, it was 9, 10, 11 o'clock for you guys. 11 for you guys. I touched down in Oregon 8:11, but on you guys' time, it's 11 for you guys, okay? So like, for me, it's late because I just feel like I was on you guys' time, and I just felt like it just took longer, way longer than what I expected. It's just the time change messed me up. Everything messed me up. I just felt like it just took 10 hours. The whole entire thing took 10 hours for me. It took 10 hours. It took 10 hours for me. Like, I just felt like it was very, very long. Very long. And it was just stressful somewhat. I feel like the plane itself, when me sitting on the plane for the long period of time, that's what screwed me over. But then other than that, like, my experience on the plane was really fun. It was really cool. Definitely prepared to bring a butt seat. Definitely preparing to bring the neck thing or whatever, and your neck support when you get on a plane. Definitely be prepared when you're about to get on a plane, because you're going to be sitting for a long period of time if you're going somewhere far. And this couple came all the way from Israel, so that was the longest they ever sat. I couldn't even do that. I'm sorry. I would have had to leave that alone. But yeah. So when I first touched down in Portland, I needed to get my luggage. And imagine, I haven't been on a plane at all, so I didn't know where to get my luggage. For 2 trips, I haven't even seen my luggage. So I'm just like, okay, now where's my luggage? I wound up walking outside at the pickup station thinking that they're going to bring my luggage outside. The whole entire time I was just hoping and praying my luggage wasn't lost, and was I supposed to pick up my luggage or not. But then they do transfer your luggage onto the next plane when you do first check in to see how much your bag weighs. Then they take that and put it on like this little they put it on this like little thing that goes that takes it somewhere, and like it kind of just gets taken care of from there. And yeah, so like I wound up going outside. Then I started calling my counselor Patty. I was just like, where do I go get my luggage? Still asking for help. Then I finally see my luggage when I went all the way back in, and then went up the escalator and down the escalator, and I was like, there's my luggage right there. I thought I would have had to search up, high, low, sideways, somewhere for it, but it was right there when it came out, like the little like machine thing or whatever. And I was just like, that's my luggage right there. So I took my luggage. I had a hard time finding the driver, but luckily he gave me some more instructions on where to go, and boom, we went. I went in a big gray van, and we was 2 hours away from center. So then I was just like, oh Lord, at least I have a lot more space. The van had a lot of space. At least I could be able to stretch, chill, and just be on my phone, because I had to put my phone on airplane mode. Oh yeah, not to mention what made me so bored was putting my phone on airplane mode. Like, you can't do nothing. You have no service. You can't do anything. Nothing besides playing mobile games, and then you're going to get bored for the next 2 hours. So yeah, it was a little bit stressful without my phone. But then when you had to connect to the Wi-Fi, guess what? You gotta pay for it. You gotta pay damn near like $20 to get some Wi-Fi on the place. I said, I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. Then I started just watching TV off the other dude's computer. My cheap ass. I was like, I'm gonna just watch a little bit of Netflix on his shit. and just peek up above and see what he watching. But it was kind of cool. The show was alright. I sat there for like most of the show. Then went to sleep when I got bored from watching the distance. But yeah, like yeah. So then when I got in the van, we was 45 minutes away because I was kind of hungry because the snacks didn't really fill me. So yeah, we was 45 minutes away from like Cumberland Farms, or like we was 45 minutes away from like this like store that had like sandwiches. You know, the stores that had sandwiches, the hookups and stuff like that, even fried chicken and stuff. But things were closed and it was like down, so things were closed. So like the fried chicken wasn't there. I had a sandwich. I met this lit girl. She was kind of cool. She said, "Girl, what you doing all the way out here?" I was like, "Girl, I'm going to a trade school, and I'm from Massachusetts normally." And yeah, like she was like really cool, and like she was just like, "Yeah, you might have to swing back around here because oh my god, you're so funny, you're so lit." I said, "You already know, I'll come back, you already know." And it's called Longview. I remember exactly what it was. Then the dude was like, my driver, he was like, "Oh, you're making friends already?" I said, "Of course I am. I'm a people's person. You already know." And he was just like, "All right, well, that's good." And then I got back in the car after getting all my snacks and stuff like that. Then he was just like telling me about his life story. I don't know why when I start talking to people, they get really, really comfortable and they just tell me their like life story and just like how things went down in their life. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I was really tired and wasn't for the bullshit. But I just sat through there anyways, and we just talked throughout the whole entire ride. And then afterwards, when we arrived on Center, this is where this took place. This is where this took place. My badge. This is where my badge took place, right? So basically, you guys, if you're willing to go on to Job Corps, if you're willing to go on Center, first of all, don't smoke. I believe I said that in my videos. Don't smoke. And they will they check your bags. First of all, when you first get on Center, nothing sharp, nothing pointy, nothing crazy. No guns, no weapons, no nothing, okay? Not even nothing crazy. So yeah, just make sure they're gonna check through your stuff. Then afterwards, you take your photo ID. Make sure you get all purdy and stuff like that because you only get to take it one time. So, and this sticks with you throughout your whole entire years of even being on Center. I wish I would have had some eyelashes on because that would have probably looked a little bit better. But you know what? It is what it is. It was late for me. I was tired, stressed. Out of stress eating. I don't know. But yeah, they will take your picture, check your bags, and then you will go off to your dorm room. If you have to quarantine like I did, basically they drop you off where all the quarantine people's at. Your name would be on the room, and then that's where you go into, right? But like, yeah, and then like fucking yo, like when I came into my first dorm room, I mean, yeah, it was nice, it was cool. When I turned on the light, there was a fucking roach on the floor. I'm like, ew, what's that? He was like, just get some rest. So I ain't getting no goddamn rest. I said, rest? I'm not resting. I stayed up all night. So imagine 2 days I ain't getting no sleep. 2 days I ain't getting no sleep. 2 days I ain't even getting no sleep. I stayed up all night. My eyes are black right now. 2 days I ain't getting no fucking sleep. I ain't getting no sleep. That's why I feel like I've been bugging out for the last day or so. But I asked for my room change, and they changed my room. And I was like, okay, good. I was like, okay, good. And yeah, this room is a lot more better. I like this room. Next video, I'm gonna talk about the lunch and food, okay? Or I'll make a YouTube shorts about the lunch and food, okay? But yeah, definitely you have to keep your room clean, you guys. Like I said in the other videos, keep your room clean. Expect people to check in on you daily, and do your homework. Once you quarantine, it's fairly easy. It's a Friday for me, so that's why I'm shooting a YouTube video for you guys. But yeah, I'm about to get into showing you guys the room and stuff like that. I feel like I covered everything that I needed to cover, and yeah, I'm gonna show you guys my room. Get my crop top on. Oh yeah, and the first day you get to meet your people just come in and just try to meet you and stuff like that. In your lunch, make sure you change the trash every day. Make sure you change the trash every day, okay, y'all? And they're gonna be strict about you with cleaning, so make sure you're a clean person and make sure you come to Job Corps clean, okay? Okay, so right here we have the door. Then afterwards we have the trash can. Keep that over here. Then we have my dental assistant scrubs. My dental assistant teacher brung over to me. And we have a lot. We have black, gray, maroon, and I'm definitely gonna switch them up just to be a little bit different. We got my suitcase over here, my coat over here, and then this is just my evaluation. Y'all learn about that later. This is what I used to decorate my room. If you guys looked at my other videos, yeah, I would see this in what I y'all would see this in my other videos on what I was going to use to decorate my room. There's my ring light on where I had you guys at. There's my orange, there's my Blistex, there's my nail polish and my water bottles. This is where I'm laying at the moment. The beds are like pretty comfy. I like it. And yep, these are like my Febreze spray bottles, all my healthcare things that I got going on here. Don't it look so pretty? These are the actually these are the other beds actually, but nobody's laying on them. The floor is like really clean. You gotta sweep and mop, but it's like kind of spacious. This is like the bulletin board where you have to radiate the Wi-Fi. You could decorate, like put a poster on there, but don't put a poster anywhere else. And yeah. Last but not least, we have the bathroom. It's the bathroom. Mirror right here. Then we have toilet paper. Then we have curtains for when you take a shower. Notice that the floor is really clean, walls really clean. Everything's just like spotless. Everything is just like spotless. This is to hang up your towels, and this is just to hang up. I hang up my rag over here. This is the vent. That's the vent. Then this is the mat. Yep, that's the vent. This is the stepping mat. This is the shower. And then you just take a shower. There's my soap bar. And yeah, it's like really spacious. I like it. But yeah, guys, other than that, this is my dorm room tour. But yeah, you guys, this is my dorm room tour, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my video. There will be more videos out, trust and believe that. I should definitely do a next video on, like, let me know if y'all want me to, like, basically tell you guys how the lunch is here, or like the pros and cons of having, like, the pros and cons of this dorm room and stuff like that, and things that I wish I should have brung. But I feel like everything that I brung was practically it. I did a good job with packing. One thing I can say, I did a great job with packing. I did my thing. I did my thing. Round of applause. But yeah, I did my thing with packing and stuff like that. But for the rest of the day, I'm gonna just do homework, and that's that. Maybe talk to my boo thing or whatever. Oh yeah, there's also a TV. There's also a TV. You can watch Netflix, connect to the Wi-Fi, and it's your @Live Job Corps email and password, so it's pretty easy to connect with it. But definitely expect people to be like checking on you daily and stuff like that. The rules are like strict. Let me know if you guys want a video of like the rules and regulations or something like that. But without further ado, like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for this Job Corps journey. I'm about to do some homework, then go to sleep. Bye, y'all.